Hey guys, WhiteFox1225 here, and today I want to talk to you guys about The Long Dark. So, it's another game funded by Kickstarter. I know I've been doing a lot of these, but I'm really excited about some of these upcoming games, so I'd love to cover them. But if you guys think I'm doing too many videos on games that are already out and you want me to like focus on reviews or things like that, just tell me in the comments below and I'll start focusing on that. So, let me tell you guys about The Long Dark. So it's being developed by this team called Hinterland, and I'll get into them later because they have some really great developers on their team. But like I said, it started using Kickstarter, and at its core it's a survival game. It also it has a lot of exploration, and it does have a story too. So it looks really awesome, and let me tell you guys more about it. So first let's talk about the story. So you play as Will Mackenzie, and you're a bush pilot. And basically there's this geomagnetic disaster that destroys all technology, and you're flying when it happens, and you crash into the Canadian wilderness. So there's sort of a mystery about what's going on in the world, why this disaster happened, and it is a cool story because the developers wanted like a realistic apocalypse sort of feel, like not zombies, not something like that, but something that actually could happen, which is kind of cool. So yeah, you're in the Canadian wilderness, and that's a lot of where the survival comes in. So with that being said, let's get into some of the gameplay. So the game is all first person, and it focuses, like I said, on survival and exploration. So you have a number of calories that you have, and you have to eat, and everything you do burns calories, even just standing still. So you have to keep eating, you have to keep scavenging for food, you can't get too cold, you have to make fires to stay warm, you have to sleep a certain amount every day, so definitely a focus on survival, and it is basically a survival sandbox, which is cool. But what's really nice about it is, it does focus on survival, and it is a survival sandbox, but unlike a lot of survival games we see, it does have a story, which is really cool. Another thing it focuses on is exploration, so exploring the world is really nice. It is open world, which is really cool. It's just a beautiful world, day or night. In the night you get like the northern lights in the sky. All the graphics are like hand drawn, and they just really do look completely beautiful. Like I said, it is a survival game, but it does feature a story, so there are other characters in the world and you have to interact with them, and that's a big part of the game. So different characters will have different information that you need. They really worked on making a lot of the characters memorable. But again, in like a post-apocalypse game, you always have to be careful about who you're interacting with. Some people might want to do you harm, and you really have to see who you have to measure the risk about. Is it worth, trying to get help from these people, or should you just avoid them? The game will also have a lot of moral gray area choices, not black and white, but really a mix about what you will do to survive and how far you'll go. And that's really cool, and the choices aren't going to be easy, and I love games like that, where you actually have to think about the choice you're making. So let's talk about the presentation. So there is a really minimum UI, really there's nothing on the screen. You have a journal that you can look at, and you can like eat food from your backpack and things like that. But when you're not in your inventory, you really can there's nothing on the screen, which is really great. And that's something I love about the Elder Scrolls series. Just the minimum UI helps you look into the world so much better. Like I said, graphics just beautiful, hand drawn, and it has like a gloomy feel, but it's not like, it's a realistic gloomy, and it's sort of, I don't know, the Canadian wilderness is just so awesome, and I love the survival, and just like this really foresty, I don't know, Canadian looking landscape is really cool. The atmosphere is just really great. So let me talk a little bit about the developers that are working on the project. So they have some really great developers, and what really made me focus on this game and really get excited for it was that the developers are really from AAA games, and this is an indie project, but they have some really awesome developers, and they have people working on the game from Far Cry 3, which is probably one of my favorite games of all time, and other huge AAA games. Some of them I haven't played, but like God of War, Saints Row. Just some really, seasoned developers, really veterans of their field. It's really awesome to get just a team of developers like that working together. I think they have like something around 6 people working on the game, so not a huge development team, but they really have a lot of skill on the project. So the game is going to be released episodically, just like The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. And they didn't really say how many episodes, but altogether the game's going to have like 5 or 6 hours to it. And it will have replayability just because you have to survive, and it's not just like a linear story that you're following. Other than that, it's probably going to be released next year. They're still like a year away from release. But that's pretty much it. And if you guys do want to back the game, I'll put a link into the Kickstarter page in the description. I'm really excited for the game, so tell me in the comments what you guys think. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.